So yesterday we reviewed how to add and subtract rational numbers. Today we are continuing to work with rational numbers, but this time focusing on how we convert between fractions and decimals. This should be a review from 6th grade, so hopefully it'll be a nice refresher lesson for today. So let's go ahead and read the problem. So what is the value of the number 2.25? How can this number be written as a fraction or as a mixed number? So at first ask, what is the value of this mixed number? In other words, how would we say this number out loud with place value? Well, first, let's take a quick review over place value, especially about the numbers that are after the decimal point. So I know that when we are talking about whole numbers, we have the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place. But when we talk about the decimal places, it's very similar, or the names sound very similar. So we have to be very careful about how we are reading it. So we have the ones place, tens, hundreds, right? Moving on and on and on. So when we are looking after the decimal place, right, we also start with the tenths place, the hundredths place. So go ahead and write this down. Thousandths place, right? Like we just keep adding another zero and zero and zero onto the place value behind the decimal spot, similar to how we do it in front of the decimal point. So starting with this first number, we have two numbers behind the decimal place in 2.25. So that means we are going to the hundredth spot. So if I have two numbers behind the decimal spot, I know I can say this as 2 and 25 hundredths. We could also think of this as money, right? So if we read it as $2.25, we know that's 25 out of 100 pennies that make up a dollar. So how could we rewrite this number as a fraction then? Well, it actually is easier than we might think. If this is read as 25 hundredths, then I know that we can write the fraction as 25 over 100. Okay, so our mixed number would be 2 and 25 over 100. So can we simplify this fraction? Yes, because we know that the numerator and the denominator can be simplified by 25. Okay, so we might actually be able to see other numbers, like you could have seen it being simplified by 5. But I want to pick the biggest number that can go into both 25 and 100. And I see that we get 1/4. So this mixed number written is 2 and 1/4. Okay, so we know that these two numbers are equivalent. One is in the decimal format and the other is in a mixed number format. So now it's time for you to try one on your own.